Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Pitstick at soulproof.com, and we're answering commonly asked spiritual questions with evidence-based answers from the soul-proof research. One that I often get asked is, how do I handle the grief? My husband's dying, my wife is dying or just died. How can I keep on living? How can I handle this? Well, the short answer is one moment, one breath, one step, one day at a time. It's not easy in the beginning. That's certainly how you have to do it. But there are a number of things that can help you along with this journey. My mom shared a quote with me after my dad passed on that she read by Lady Bird Johnson, wife of ex-president Lyndon Johnson, that really helped her. And she was asked, after all the years together and then he died, how did she handle that? And she said, it would be ungrateful for me to be sad about his death. She said, we had so many wonderful years together, so many great things about our life. That's what I focus on. And so as often as the case, gratitude is a key answer here, how to help solution. So you focus on the positive. You give thanks for the time you had together and all the good things, and you focus on that important point. The next is that it's often reported that when a soul passes on, they'll leave behind a spiritual gift for those they're really close with. And so if you're sensitive, you may notice that you have more courage, or maybe you have more sensitivity or compassion or patience than you had before. Perhaps that was a gift left behind by your departed loved one. So you can internalize that gift, and in that sense, a part of them is continuing to live within you. Remember that within a blink of an eye, you will see them again, that there's a difference between spirit world, spirit time and earth time, and that truly in a blink of an eye, in the span of eternity, you'll be with them again and can see them again. Next, realize all the evidence that our universe is just, lawful, and there's an exquisite timing to things. And so it's not chaotic, it's not random. And so hopefully you can take some solace in that there's a timing for that it was time for that soul to pass on, a time to grieve. Even if it was a young child, that doesn't mean they weren't old in soul years or evolved soul. Another is having joy for your graduation. Dr. Ken Ring, University of Connecticut emeritus professor, worked with more people who nearly died than anyone else on the planet. And he says that you want to know what the average person says it feels like when they see the light and when they're embraced by the light. He said, imagine your 100 best days on earth ever. You're most energetic and happy in every way. Now multiply that by 1,000,000, and you begin to get a sense of how wonderful it feels when you drop this body, when you're unencumbered by physicality and density, and when you fly like a bird back home. So you can take joy then at your loved one's graduation, just like we graduate from high school or college. That's a graduation into a new phase of life. Recall that there are likely parallel experiences, parallel dimensions, and so even though your loved one may have passed on from this particular Earth, year 2011 time, you may be together in another realm, in another dimension, a different part of your soul's energy. So you can take heart at that. Realize that death is an important part of life. Sometimes we celebrate birth so much, but then death seems like a sad thing. But that's really only in our culture. Western cultures. Many cultures will celebrate death because they recognize that it's an important part of life, just like childhood and puberty and middle age and senior. It's just another phase of life. Kind of like the caterpillar and the cocoon and the butterfly. We'll talk more in the next tape about how to handle grief optimally when a loved one dies. We talk about this on the website and the free articles, soulproof.com. Be sure to learn about this so you are prepared when a loved one does pass, and so you can help others who are going through a tough time.